gradually harden, going through different states. If you have never used milliput before, it's a good idea to practice with a small amount. Mix 2 equal sized portions together, rolling them and twisting them on themselves until they mix to a consistent colour all the way through. You will feel it heat up slightly, and at this point milliput is at its most adhesive. It's very sticky and you will see residue on your fingers. You may prefer to wear surgical gloves when mixing milliput, even though it is harmless. Otherwise, washing with soap and water will remove any traces. At this stage, it is very malleable and can be ripped apart easily. Being so sticky, it can be used to repair gutterings, holes in radiators, anything that needs to be adhered to. However, it does not work as a thin paste, so applying it too thinly will leave it very fragile. To fill a hole in a model kit, we're going to approximately roll out to shape a piece of milliput to fill a hole along here. Plastic card has already been placed behind the hole to give some support to the milliput, which we are going to press into the hole to be filled. The natural stickiness will hold the milliput in place. Throughout its setting period, milliput reacts well to water. Water can be used to smooth the milliput. Also, it will prevent sticking of tools. The milliput we've used to fill the hole on the model kit is now being shaped with a wet spatula. Very quickly, using tools and water, we can get the filled hole to the correct profile. Any small pieces that we've carved off can still be used to fill in other smaller holes. Once we've achieved the correct profile, we can leave the milliput to set. Any minor imperfections can be filled with a tube filler and then sandpaper used to finish off. This standard yellow-grey milliput has been left for approximately 30 minutes. It is now far less sticky. It now has more of a rubbery consistency. It can be cut with scissors or a knife, and any tools pressed into it will leave an indentation. Once set, milliput takes on a hard form, a similar consistency to a golf ball. Once set, it can be drilled, sanded or cut. One of the most common but simple uses of milliput in modelling is to replicate sandbags. To make the sandbags, we're going to use standard milliput that has been setting for about 35 minutes. Roll it out into a sausage shape that is about half a centimetre in diameter. As before, adding water will prevent tools from sticking, and we're going to run our circular tool over the top just to flatten it slightly. We're now going to cut the strip of milliput into rectangles, each one approximately 1 centimetre long. Discard the leftover ends, and then you'll be left with the bases for your sandbags. Okay, taking one sandbag at a time, just round off the edges into shape. You can press in some material to give it a texture. However, I prefer to use the knurled end of a file to give a more defined texture. Continue the texture all the way around the sandbag trying to keep it in its rectangular shape. Sandbags will have a seam. On World War II ones, the seam will be inwards facing as they were invariably turned inside out, though you will find modern ones have the seam projected. We've got a small set of sandbags here that we're now going to place onto our chosen vehicle or diorama. It was common practice to put layers of sandbags over vehicles to give added protection. We're going to mimic this now using the Milliput sandbags. Use your porous sandbags first, as they'll be mostly hidden by the top layer. They should be still flexible enough that you can push them into place. Take time to move the sandbags into position, ensuring that you're not obscuring the driver's vision or any other detail that you may wish to highlight. Use your sculpting tool to add indents, creases or any other detail. Rescribe any seams and tidy up edges. As well as pressing in any more creases or other definitions. Finally, if you've lost any texture, then reapply it with whatever method you've used before. These finished examples show off the texturing and the seams that we've discussed earlier, and once painted the texture is very visible. Milliput is ideal for clothing mannequins and creating uniforms. It can also be used over wire armatures to aid in conversions. The right arm of this soldier has been created from Milliput, sculpted over a wire armature. In this scratch build, Milliput has been used wet to blend in the different shapes of the body, and then once dry, it has been sanded also to give smooth shapes.